Hey guys, welcome to another fun and exciting I Might GT7 stream. This is the new 2024 season. I think we've already had one, but this is the new season exhibition round. Round 1 at Suzuka. 10 laps in Group 4 cars, 1 times fuel, 3 times tyre wear. No rain, no stopper, just from lap 1 to lap 10. No stopper. Not much in it. I've been working on my last stream I titled it Time to Move. I've been trying to increase my DR, and it's pretty much up near the top of Group B. Didn't get into Group A, so I accepted to be in Group B for this round, exhibition round. Did feel a bit different. These cars, these drivers just seem to be a little bit more sensible. I'm more used to starting at the back and people just being inexperienced and crashing out and making my way through, but at the moment it's a little bit, controlled and sensible, and I thought, don't just start diving in and making mad passes. Take your time. I felt like the new guy. Anyway, so I think I started, so I'm 13th now. Can't remember where I started, but I did drop back a bit of a slow car on the grid start. This little Suzuki that I've chosen. I did try the favoured Toyota Supra and the McLaren 650S. I don't know, they felt fast, but this car did my best time. The little Suzuki Swift Sport. Very mindful not to I can brake late in this car. It's a very light car, so I was very mindful not to brake too late and rear end someone. I think here I do go on the inside here and very quickly sort of back out of it. So you see here I make a bit of contact, partly him and partly me. I just backed out. Still on lap 1, plenty of time to make up some ground. There's a few people in here that I'm familiar with. Aussie Tech Racing, he's usually a Suzuki Swift supporter, so I was surprised to see him not in the Suzuki. And D-Car I'm familiar with. And also Nismo, who is in, I can't even see him at the moment, might be in 4th or 5th at the moment. Yeah, he's usually a good driver and maybe an A driver, so seeing him in the race sort of told me that yeah, I'm moving up. And again, the basic theory is make the top 50%. Generally speaking, if you're in the top 50, your DR will go up. But I have pushed my DR up quite a bit in the last week. I've always said, guys, I'm against daily race DR and these races, the DR being combined, because anyone could do what I've just done and just hammer a daily race all week and go from a C driver, if the conditions are perfect for him, go from a C driver up to an A, and you could be racing with A drivers and you're not really an A driver. But that's what I did. I've been in the middle range of B for a long time, moving up, moving down, floating around B. Yeah, brakes, maybe, I don't know, tyres may be a little bit cold there still. Someone went off and I lost quite a bit of traction, but managed to save it. Yeah, so I've pushed my DR rating up, and hopefully in the next 4 to 8 weeks over this nation's manufacturers, I'll be able to just progress a little bit more and get into an A eventually. That is my goal. I've been in Group B for way too long. So anyway, I just feel like I'm hanging on for dear life here. Actually, for this race, I think I'm pretty sure I did pit during qualifying. Wasn't fully confident and quite nervous. Just a slight mistake there, cut a corner on the chicane, so a bit disappointing, half-second penalty. It's on the long straight, so half-second won't be too bad, but we're still quite bunched up. There's a car not that far behind me, muddy, so there's a chance I might lose a position. So again, focusing on that P7, I'm thinking, well, I'm in P10, it's just 3 other cars. I am trying my best in this race too, and I've got experience with being patient, but I kept telling myself, just be patient, people will make mistakes. I'm hoping these 3 guys will sort of start bunching up and collide a bit. Whoa, that was close. So there's Aussie Tech, that was a nice save of his. And that kind of threw me a bit there. Not his fault, just got a bit distracted. So my setup is no assists at all during the week. I think I actually signed up last night. So I've just had 1 night of practice. And yeah, I found my fastest time was with no assists at all, and brake balance at +3 to the rear. That's pretty much it. And again, when this race came up, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, they'll have rain in it, similar to the last round with Suzuka. But no, not to be. This is actually race 8 of 10. Oh, sorry, 9 of 10. I'm in Western Australia, so these races start at 9 o'clock in the morning and go through till 6 o'clock at night, and I'm at work, so I get home just after 4 o'clock. So I've missed race 8. And so it's just race 9 and 10. So this is race 9, the second to last race of the day. And I've always said I like to get in on the first race where people lack a bit of experience, mainly when it involves strategy. You know, like soft, medium, hard, maybe a bit of fuel saving or not. Because as people do extra races, they start learning and progressing. Whoa. So here, I just thought this guy in front of me, he's had an issue with the guy who just dropped off, but it wasn't this guy's fault, and I thought it'd be a bit silly for me to try and go for a pass at that point. So I just backed off, stayed behind him, but yeah, it was time now to make the most of that and try and get in front and try and stay in front. Front wheel drive on this little Suzuki Swift Sport, and on those tight corners trying to accelerate out quickly is pretty difficult. Short shifting, I learnt that through a stream of Aussie Tech Racing. It's got a good turbo on it, and so you can sort of short shift and get good acceleration out of this lights car. Did feel a bit weird when I started the race. I felt like the camera view was quite high, but then when I was looking at the replay, you can see a lot of the Toyotas, the McLarens, they're all actually quite low. This Suzuki Swift is quite a high car. I'm sure the top of it's quite light, so there's no real you know, top heavy. Quite well balanced. It's just that height, just for a small car, it's pretty high. So anyway, you kind of yeah, first of all, there was a part of me that was almost not going to do this race. I kind of knew that the Suzuki was not the car to use. It's the fastest for me, but I didn't think it was going to be the fastest on the track, first of all. Secondly, I did a real quick practice, so didn't actually put in a full 10 laps. So I didn't know how the tyres were going to behave near the end. There's a Japanese guy who I am familiar with, and he was streaming during the day, so while I was at work I could just log in and watch his race. That's when I realised that there's no rain. Again, a bit disappointing. So back into 10th place. I must admit, during the week and again I put that stream out about it's time to move to A, and I did think about if I do achieve it and I am an A driver and then I enter Nations, I'm racing with other A drivers. For the next 4 weeks or more, I will be streaming races where I'm down the back. Because I'm starting to progress here and I'm starting to face better drivers, and luckily in this race they're generally well behaved. And if a whole bunch of guys and girls want to get together and race with good etiquette, I'm all for it. So I'm being challenged here. Oh, on the outside, a bit risky. This guy was pretty good. I must admit, I wanted to, in the Swift, I wanted to catch up to Aussie Tech and then very cleanly get past him. But not to be, he's got ahead. So he's in position 9 at the moment. And I wasn't sure if he was streaming or not. Just a bit of an odd race. The Toyota Supra and the McLaren, they felt fast, but there were moments on like maybe that tight hairpin. On the hard tyres, they just felt a little bit slippery. I kept telling myself, don't do anything silly, let other people make the mistakes. Just do your best to stay on track, basically. And I've got about 4.7 seconds behind me. Tooley, Muddy, can't remember who else is back there. That for me was, I was pretty happy that I wasn't trailing last. I know it's not A yet, but it's pretty high up in the Bs. I think for the points, I think position 1 was maybe, I think for this race was 120 points for position 1, and then maybe 118, 16, 14. So I think it was down to position 5 was 100 points. And this the S's, I would call them the S's. That's the place where I'd mainly wear my tyres out on the front wheel drive. So just trying to be as smooth as I could, remembering, even though I'm on hards, remembering I've got 10 laps. Don't cook your tyres. Straighten up here when I brake, or else my car will just start to spin. And holding the gap behind me pretty much, just, yeah, still about 4.7. Just enjoying watching these three cars being so close. And while I'm racing, I'm thinking, right, it's position 10, 9, 8, and 7's just up on the horizon now. If I wanted to get to P7, they're not that far away. And these three being so close, I thought, something's going to go wrong with these guys. Yeah, another corner cut there. Luckily, I think at the time, thinking no major drama, I've got quite a bit of a gap behind me. It's funny, I feel like my entry into this is quite strong, but when you got three cars in front of you, it's hard to take advantage of it. Keeping it tight and keeping it in third down here to make sure I don't get too fast and start drifting too wide. I feel like I did this pretty good, but again, it's not that easy to try and get past people. I did wonder though during the race, I wonder what people are thinking, where they might have spent a few days practicing in the, really I would say the Supra was the favoured car, and I was wondering what people are thinking while, you know, they're being challenged or beaten by a little Suzuki Swift. There was the occasional odd different car, like I think there was a Jaguar F-Type, some like Citroens. There was occasionally Citroens in the races today. Right, penalty time, half a second. Try and hang in their slipstream, which I've now lost. But while they're grouped, that's what I was glad. I thought while they're grouped, they've got to be a bit cautious in the braking zones. My chance to sort of catch up if I can. Don't cut the corners, get another penalty. So again, I'm back in that slipstream. 2 laps to go. I'm in P11. I'm thinking, oh my god, this is hard work. And he's off, and there goes the other guy. They're off. Couldn't believe it, the guy that was in front of me. So Aussie Tech is now behind me. I forgot about that. Yeah, I think he went in a bit hard. So I'm sort of fumbling with gears here now. I'm sort of, you know, trying to get it away from the guys behind me. They've had a temporary stuff up and they're back on track, and I thought they're just going to hunt me down. You know, I've been enjoying a 4.5 second gap behind me, and now it's down to 2.4 seconds. Felt like I struggled on this exit here, trying to get the revs up, but being front wheel drive, the front wheels, you could hear them beginning to spin. Sort of lacking traction on the front wheels. Trying not to over rev, overspin. It's just going to wear those front tyres down pretty hard. So I was always trying to then, if I feel like I'm spinning the wheels, just gear it up. Here's another area. So it looks like my lap times generally have been 2:12, 2:13. Seem reasonable. So here's throw some tail, or throw tail, and I think he's got a few offs in this race, and I thought I'll try and go for a pass straight after that turn one, but he's managed to get himself back stabilised, but I thought just be patient and he'll go off again. Like that was almost a going off right there. So I'm just trying to put him under pressure here. A little bit better with the gears now. Still holding that gap behind me from Camo. And it's just, it's a final lap, so these straights I'm trying to just make the most of the acceleration, see if I can catch up pretty quick to go for a pass. It's not happening here, so down at Spoon, try and get a nice smooth run and hold the momentum, get a good exit and see if I can get a run on him. Bit of a slide there, and I'm just not close enough now. So I sort of knew, unless something happens now, I'm heading for 9th place. But silly things can happen right near the end of a race. Someone can get a penalty. I thought that was a penalty. That looked like a corner cut. And I think that potentially looked like a corner cut. And I realised I'm 1.4 seconds behind it. But no penalty for throw tail. And finishing 9th after starting, I can't remember. So what, 12th? Up 3 places. Pretty happy with that. Hopefully your races all went well, guys. Hopefully you'll enjoy the season and post your streams as well, if you don't mind. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye for now.